I mean, Nicolas Cage is a movie star.
Well, I don't know about that.
If you go, you're going to watch a Nicolas Cage.
There are a lot of middle-aged ladies that get their panties wet over him, though.
So, did you guys hear about Quentin Tarantino saying that Marvel movies,
I did see this.
Oh yeah.
the stars of Marvel movies are not movie stars?
What are they?
Ow.
Like,
Well, he's basically saying like, you know, the reason why people go to these movies is they want to see Captain America.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to see. It's not because they're there for.
It's like Ben Affleck. It's like, yeah.
Right, they're not there to see Hemsworth. They're there to see Thor.
Oh yeah.
I'm there to see Henry Cavill as Superman. Or
are you?
I'm there to.
What about Robert Pattinson as Batman?
That's a stupid perspective.
I'm thinking I'm down for Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. You know what I mean? I like Robert Downey Jr. specifically.
No, I think what happened is people go to see Iron Man and then they go, "Oh, that's cool that Robert Downey Jr. did that."
I think that's how I feel.
It is cool.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
I think it's not what they go for, but they leave with a cool souvenir. So I kind of agree with what he's saying.
Because I'm watching Batman regardless of who's playing.
That's
Exactly.
Because it's Batman.
That's the brand.
Or Joker or whoever the fuck. I'll watch anybody.
But then why would
I guess
you
I
not
agree-
call him a movie star?
Yeah, I agree
Movie
with the
star is
sentiment, but
different.
some of the actors are movie stars, though.
Yeah, some of them are.
pre Marvel, right? Yeah.
Well, like Chris Hemsworth is definitely doing a lot of shit outside.
What other movie of Chris Hemsworth are you a big fan of?
I actually enjoyed the recent Army ones that he did. On
Extraction?
Netflix. Extraction? Yeah, I thought those were dope.
Because
Those are
like
fun.
Downey Jr. is like a movie star before he played.
Well, not exactly. Like, so he had kind of had a falling out with the industry because he had a drug problem, and then he was seen as maybe box office poison for a while. And then
Because he
Iron
went
Man
blackface too.
was an opportunity. Iron Man was an opportunity for him, right? So then when he got Iron Man, nobody gave a fuck until the movie came out and everyone loved it.
True.
Then-
He only got paid $500,000 for Iron Man.
Wow.
And then he was able to negotiate a fucking sick deal, which is why, you know.
Whereas Terrence Howard in that same movie got like $10 million or something like that.
Wow.
In the first one?
For being the not War Machine, yeah, but yeah, bro.
But I think it does make sense. Like, whoever brings the most to the table, it ends up being that project. So Marvel, they're so fucking huge. I think it feels like it overshadows anything. But I think in what movie was that? Where for Django, I think Will Smith auditioned, right? And then when he auditioned to play Django, Will Smith is like, "This is gonna be a Will Smith movie," and Tarantino's like, "No, it's gonna be a Tarantino movie." So it ended up being we have to go with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
So I just think like,
Do you think Will Smith said, "Oh hell no"?
what happened? So I think whatever is like at the table, whoever brings the most will end up becoming the main thing.
He's gonna call it Wild 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 West.
I know him in a cowboy outfit's already box office nightmare. Isn't it?
Dude.
But no, so like to further kind of what Tarantino was saying, you know, Chris Hemsworth was in a movie called Men in Black International. That movie bombed.
That was terrible.
It was, right, but you know, there's so many outlying factors for why that happens. But the idea that he's saying is like, if Tom Cruise is in a movie, everyone's going to see that fucking movie, right? Does that sound unfair?
I mean, Nicolas Cage is a movie star.
Well, I don't know about that.
If you go, you're going to watch a Nicolas Cage.
There are a lot of middle-aged ladies that get their panties wet over him, though.
But it scales down, right? Because like Nicolas Cage is not, you know, the biggest draw, as you know. Shithead.
Right, yeah.
Fucking shitlord over there with a shit-eating grin.
Shitlord.
No, but
Shit, Lord.
so Hemsworth is not like you just put his name on the marquee. Yeah, you can get a certain amount of guaranteed DVD sales or whatever, but you're not going to get like these guaranteed box office.
Like a Tom Cruise, yeah.
more- yeah.
Yeah.
So like they were in the context of the conversation. They were talking about how there's only like 3 movie stars now, like where like you put their name on and it's gold.
Denzel.
Denzel's one.
yeah.
Are those 3 considered then like A-listers, and like Chris Hemsworth is like a B-lister, or is that how that works?
I don't know how that works.
Tom
I-
Hanks
who
is
are the
probably another
3?
one, huh?
Who are
Maybe
the
Tom
three?
Hanks, yeah.
Tom Hanks is out there for
I think they said. I think they were just talking. I don't know that they named everybody, but they were just talking about Cruise. They're talking about
like blockbuster hits.
the blockbuster guys. Yeah, I don't know if they mentioned Denzel, but he's definitely one.
Tom Cruise is probably the guy though.
What about Margot
right.
Robbie?
Yeah, she's probably one of them.
Yeah, but that
Brad Pitt maybe.
the new Harley Quinn movie didn't do as well. So shit like that happens, and then it kind of sullies like
Your resume, huh?
Yeah, it makes it less of a dunk because all these studio execs want is to like better their odds. So like they put you in the movie instead of somebody else because maybe it betters the odds that it's a success.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon's hey dude,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
I bought a zoo. That movie was a box office smash.
Well, when he was doing Bourne, like he was like the #1 guy.
He was in everything.
And then he did that Myers movie. That was a huge movie.
That was a sick ass movie.
Scott movie, yeah, it was fucking great. But so then, so I don't know that everyone really heard him because
That was the interview with Tom Segura, right?
that was the interview with Tom Segura.
I was listening to that one.
And then, so Simu Liu, Shang-Chi star, came out and says, if the only gatekeepers to movie stardom came from Tarantino and Scorsese, I would never have had the opportunity to lead a 400 million plus movie. I think that's kind of his point.
Yeah, like I think what Tarantino was saying, he was saying that like right now the only thing that's being made are Marvel superhero movies, or just not even Marvel, but like just superhero movies in general.
Yeah.
And like I think everyone, even as like moviegoers, like I love the Marvel series, I love all that stuff, I nerd out over it. But after a while, you're like, can I see something else, bro? Like I want to watch other movies that are not dealing with a comic book character. You know, like whatever happened to just a regular action movie. You don't really see much of those anymore.
I think people are getting butthurt about the word movie star.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, I am a movie star. I was in a movie and I'm a star.
Yeah, and my movie made 400 million. But that's kind of the point, right? It's like, well, yeah, but you wouldn't have gotten to be headlining a movie worth 400 million if you weren't playing a Marvel character.
Yeah,
the
that is the
Marvel
point.
thing
That's true,
brings in
yeah.
a lot of, infuses so much fucking money. I don't know that he was aware of the full context or whatever. But that, to me, he just made Tarantino's point.
He'd be clapping back a lot at people. Simu do.
Maybe that's one of those things where TMZ just caught him somewhere and they're like, what do you think about Tarantino saying
You
this?
never know. No,
Yeah.
he tweeted it, but still, you just
Oh
never
shit,
know.
okay.
Oh shit. No.
But I remember, like, from that interview,
Sensitive.
that headline from Tarantino saying the only thing they're making right now is Marvel movies, and
Yeah.
it's like a
Well, he's talking about real budgets, right?
Yeah.
Because do a Tarantino movie, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He gets hundreds of millions of dollars to budget it out. But if you want to make some movie and it's not a Marvel movie, good luck.
But then, don't you think like Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino, if they're talking about films as a whole in the business, like
Motion pictures, you mean?
yeah, exactly. Like those motherfuckers, they know what they're talking
Yeah, I
about.
can
Like they've
see-
seen it all, like to
yeah.
a certain degree. You know?
I can really understand whatever frustration they have is rooted in a lot of shit that we don't hear on the day.
Yeah.
Like they're probably the ones talking to big studios and financiers and hearing back like, no, we're focusing more on this right now. And they're trying to make movies that change fucking cinema, and they can't because whatever is out of the, you know, they're like, oh, we just lost them because they want to finance superhero movies.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they make so much money. So like as a business, as a exec of a studio, why wouldn't you go all in on Marvel? Like why wouldn't you? They make too much money.
Robert Downey Jr. made
Yeah.
a movie called The Judge just after Endgame, right? Or I think it was. No, this is not after Endgame. This is after Avengers.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Thank you. And this movie made, it had a budget of $50 million. It made worldwide $84 million. Not very good, right? Like you don't want to spend that much on a budget and then have that little of an upswing. It sounds good, I know, to a lot of people, but that's not. They spent money on.
They're looking for home runs.
advertising. They're looking for home runs,
Especially
They're
with
looking
the
for
Robert Downey
multiples.
Jr.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Multiples.
So that's the point, right? He wasn't Iron Man. If this movie was called Iron Man, semicolon, The Judge, this movie would have made fucking
Him as a judge.
$400 million.
There's no Iron Man in it. That's so funny.
It's just how it works, right?
Yeah,
It's just how it goes because this stuff is our mythology. Like people want to watch
Yeah.
like Superman. And yes, Henry Cavill's great as Superman, but people would watch it if it was fucking Ryanimay as Superman.
Yeah, it's kind of like even athletes and teams, right? Like if you have like a LeBron, doesn't matter what team he goes to, you're gonna follow him because he's
all
a
watch him.
legit
That's a good- yeah, that's a
athlete
valid,
star or whatever. Versus someone that's just been on the Lakers for the past 10 years. You're like, oh, he's just part of the Lakers or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Mel Gibson is a superstar, but were you watching for Jesus or were you watching for Mel Gibson?
You're watching for Jesus. I don't think he was in the movie.
He wasn't in the movie. He just directed it.
Or are you watching for his directorial?
So I don't even think you watched it. All right, we're done.
That's it.
I think you watched it.